What's going on, my YouTube family? It's your boy Lone Wolf coming at y'all with a really different video than what I usually post on my channel. Today we are going to be installing a well-needed SSD hard drive into my precious, wonderful, beautiful PS5. Let's see here. But anyway, before we get started on that, if y'all could be so kind as to like, comment, and subscribe if you are new to the channel, because it definitely helps my channel get out there for more content regarding this beauty and also some other games that I play, mobile, PC, and PS5 alike. But anyway, without further ado, all right, so don't mind the background, but first thing I'm gonna do is obviously unhook all these things here that's attached to my wonderful system. We'll plug these back up later. And gotta get the power cord out. Make sure your game is cut off. Do not, if it's in rest mode, make sure these lights is not, lit up or whatever, obviously. Make sure it is cut off. Do not unplug it, obviously, while you're, detaching it from all those cords. And I'm gonna take it over to my place over here. I'm going to take off the top part.
Okay, so in this particular section, I'm going to show you guys how to pop off the disc side of the PS5. For those who don't know, I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of videos in the YouTube universe that tells you how to do this. But because it is an installation video, I'm going to show you anyway that if the logo is on this side, the SSD compartment is not on this side. It's on the disc side if you have a disc version PS5. So disc version, this side. Digital version, same thing, but obviously without the disc part. Just know that the compartment is not on the side with the PS logo on it. So to do it, you simply use your left hand, or whichever hand is your dominant, whichever one you feel comfortable doing, to hold this side, like the left side of the system, like brace it. And then you obviously grab this side here at the bottom with this hand, and you lift and you pull. I mean, you pull and you push, like you pull it and lift it out the way. Like you don't just pull it and yank it off, because that's how you might damage your plate, and you don't want to do that. So I'm gonna stand up for this because it's gonna feel better. So obviously you hold it, like hold the bottom to brace it. You lift it, just a little bit of force, and you pull it or push it. I can't remember how to like that. There we go. And you can see here, take it off, and it actually don't look too bad. But since I am opening up the case, I'm going to also clean my PS5, like, air it out or whatever, and get all like any dust or particles that's happening away. So, but yeah, you see here, we opened up. That is the inside. Now we're going to continue with the video.
Now, what we're going to be installing in my wonderful compartment here is the Samsung 980 Pro 2 terabyte 4th generation SSD. Make sure it is something of this nature. It has to be a 4th gen. For those who don't already have one, it has to be a 4th generation SSD hard drive. And it has to read above, I think, 5,400 megabytes. This one is 7,000, so it definitely is in the clear. And this one didn't come with a heatsink, so I got on Amazon. And so we're going to do all this in the video, but first, let's unscrew this thing right here. Got my screwdriver here. Just again. I think this is too big, but if it is, no problem. Okay, so got the right one. It is a Phillips, so obviously you just take this bad boy off here, and don't lose your screw, ladies and gentlemen, gamers of all ages. Do not lose your screw. Nice little solid screw, and once you take that off, it will unveil. So now we're going to leave this open for a second, because now we got to go into the process of putting the heatsink onto SSD. Okay, so this is the heatsink that I went with. I got it from Amazon. It was about 20 bucks. As you can see here, M228 SSD heatsink. Really useful. I got it from Amazon for a very reasonable price. If you want this one as well, I'll also put the link from Amazon in the description below, so that you can also get one yourself. And we're going to put these two together and this wonderful cut.
Okay, now very simple process. As you see right now, we're just going to slice open the tape. You open the box and make sure you get everything from the openings to everything out and in the open, so you guys can see it. Now this is what it looks like. It's very simple heat sink, nothing major. It comes with its own screws. It comes with these 2 strips that I'm also going to show you because I have to get this thing out. So here is the heatsink itself. Very, very standard, very small and tiny. You take the thing out obviously here. Okay. Then what you do here, it comes with its own screws. So once you get done with it, you obviously put the screws in so that they can hold. These are the screws that they wonderfully give you. Here is the, I want to say the stick for some weird reason, but here's the stick that it also comes with. Here, this will help you put the screws in. So just a heads up, actually very tiny. It's actually as well like a filter. Anyway, and then it comes with these 2 strips right here. I'm sorry, it comes with like a bunch of strips. Either or. You put these strips on here. This is what you would use to put on your heat sinks in between your SSD. It helps with the temperature thing, but I'm going to show you in a second how that all works. So first thing, you take the silicone here. You see these thermals come here. They have like this protective film cover on it. So what you do is you take the film off both sides of the silicone protective thing, both sides, right here, and then you place it on the bottom of. It looks weird because it's like a little flimsy, but you take the film off both sides. Can I get the film off? Embarrassing me on camera. You take the film on both sides. And then you put it in the front. Like there we go. This is what happens when you don't have nails. You take them off both sides. And you place this gelatin looking thing on the bottom part of the here. So put it in there as I'm like a stickler for stuff like that, so put it in there as neatly as you can. You know what I'm saying? That way it can get like what it needs, or whatever the case may be. So it looks like something like this. It's like straighten it out and everything, obviously. Make sure it's in there properly. Because once you put it in your system, I mean, unless you decide, you know, to get a bigger hard drive, that's typically how it's going to be until then. So if you're not like me, like I'm very, very peculiar about how I want my stuff in there. So I'll be doing this for like a long period of time to make sure it's in there right. I'm weird, so you know, I'll be trying my best. And I'm like really a stickler for stuff like that. So I don't know if it should cover a hole or not. I don't know. I don't want to like put it up there like that. I want to put it like at the edge of it. Like I said, I'm a real stickler, and I don't know if it really like matters if I do it or not like that. But I like to be sure. That way I know, like, okay, I put it on there. Okay. So yeah, like that. Something like in that nature. You know what I'm saying? Like in the walls or whatever. Make sure it's pressed down. And of course, I have 3. I don't know where the third one technically. I think the third one is just a specific, like a an extra one, I guess, so to speak. Because you technically need 2. You need to put one at the bottom, then you put the SSD on top of that one, and then you put the second one on top of the SSD, and then you push it on top of each other. So, oh, I didn't cut it. So yeah, not that I don't mind cutting out stuff and making it a very simple, easy book or whatever. I kind of just don't want to. I want to get like even my mess ups, because I do mess up sometimes. So, although I might cut some of it out because there's a lot that I'm doing right now. So. Or I might just speed up the video, either or. Okay, so here is the SSD hard drive. Very simple. I did look up to make sure that they fit properly so that they can go in there with no problem. All right, so then you take the SSD hard drive here. Now, mind you, you have to make sure you put this in the right way. Obviously, you don't want to put it in the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? So you want to make sure you put it in the proper way. So you want to put it in right here. Set it on top of the. Okay, so yeah, sorry about that. So you take the thing, you place it inside. Make sure it lines up well, like so. Like it just looks like that. Like the pieces of the SSD are like sticking out. It's supposed to be like that, like that. And then while you do that, you take the other piece of film, and again you take this particular one came with 2 blue strips. So like I think a couple of them itself come with pink strips, but these came with blue. I don't know why. So then you do just like the last one. You take off the film, protective film on these, because you don't want to leave plastic, you know, on. You don't want to leave plastic, obviously, on your system that runs, especially if you're a gamer and you game a lot. You don't want to leave it on there. It's gonna melt and it's gonna be all destructive looking. And again, if you don't have nails, like I don't have nails, and it makes it so hard to get this protective film off, which is quite funny. So take that off, and then you put this one on top of the hard drive. It's nice and neat, of course. And then you put this piece here. This is the front. I guess I'm gonna call it the front. Right here, you place that on top. I want to say it's over here. Where's the stupid circle at? Yeah, you put that on top as such. Boom. Should look something like this. Now, obviously, you can do this with 2 options. You could either do this with screws, or you can do this with rubber bands. I'm opting to do screws because I've heard like the rubber bands, you don't know how long the elastic will last inside of the PS5. So, of course, I'm going to opt for screws. So this is where you would obviously put your screws in, and you know, make sure it's locked in tight. Again, they give you 6, so don't lose. Actually, I think they give you an extra one as well. So with these particularly, they gave me 7 screws. So try not to lose them, more so particularly. Oh look, it's like a magnetic screwdriver. So yeah, try not to lose your screws. So obviously you want to put them in there as neatly as possible. They're really, really tiny. Like, they're tiny, tiny screws. So be careful when you're putting them in to your SSD.
She was ready for some more. She wanna go downtown. Whenever I come around, she say it's going down. So I let her go downtown. She wanna go downtown. Whenever I come around, she say it's going down. She feeling me, so shawty tryna take a chance. When we're together, swear the vibe is like a renaissance. And she tryna get in my center, so she let me enter her legs. She wanna know what I'm into. I replied her, and beside her is where I lay. She used to be shy about it, now we sexing every day. I got a fucking problem. She provides a solution, and when our oceans flow together, there is no pollution. Moans and oohing is all you hearing whenever she take that trip. And I know she love the ride. She know how to drive a stick. Wear her out like Ferragamo. She know how to handle biz. Just know we gon' be Gucci as long as she swallow my kids.
Yeah. Kush level to the max, My baby rolling that track. Riding through the city, got no worries on my back. People see my ride, compliment the wax. Got the windows down, banging real pack. Since day one, they always doubt me. Mad they never eat well. Give my girl the finest, talking boutiques, never retail. Yeah, it's wine and dine and see that I'm shining. Now she start whining, and we be grinding. They bet we climbing, trio be flow with just way rhyming. Then I'm going off time to make moves. Whether it's poetic, so recording take two. Sipping lean, blowing trees off the lake, dude. You and fake truths. But every time I really come around, she asking like,
you can see SSD's right there. But since I got my thing open, like I said, I'm going to clean it out. I bought this stuff here from Myers. It's an air cleaner just to get all like the extra dust. My stuff is fairly new, so there's not really much in here. As you can see, it's relatively clean. But I'm going to make sure I get all the nooks and crannies, make sure there's no dust sitting around, make sure it's good. So obviously, fair warning, as they tell you, do not shake these things. So we're going to get started on that.
Try some storytelling shit this time. Yeah. JQ. Look. Smooth criminal hitting you with subliminals. Baby girl told me to come in for an interview. I said, okay. She said, hi, how are you? I said, good. She said, cool. Look, I'm really feeling you. I have a secret, but I'm shy, so I might leave you guessing. I said, cool.
Okay. Now, this is the screw it comes with. It's usually up here because I guess it supports this model unit heatsink. It's gonna go right here. It also came with what you call a standoff. This little silver thing right here. It comes with this, and make sure this is inside when you put in your SSD because it helps cover it over. So, as you can see, it's like a slot right there. You can see it. So technically, you would take this piece right here and match it up to the bottom piece. You gotta do it like an angle, it's a little one. And you push it in just right. It should sit comfortably right there. Push it in if you might need to for first timers. You clip this like that. And then you see right here, you grab, this goes back here. And then you put it right on top, and it should go in very smooth as such. Camera skills at IQ 100. Oh, well, that's what this is for. What is wrong with my hands today? Okay, take that, screw it in, all the way till it stops screwing in, obviously, and it should be tight. So that's there, and there you go. It's in there, So now we do grab the piece here. Close it back up as such, and I lost my screw. Okay. So I found the screw. It was over here. So got that here. Make sure you screw that boy back in nice and tight, so that it don't move. You know what I'm saying? Now I've heard people say like they keep these things off. I guess I maybe help with the venting, or the helping with the cooling or whatever. But I'm assuming Sony knew what they were doing. They made this thing so that it has enough circulation so it doesn't be too bad. So there you have it. It's in there, nice and tight. And then of course you'll take your cover. Oh, that boy is dusty. Okay. So now that I got that back together, now you just take what you have here. Now obviously you should remember how you put stuff on, because I almost forgot. So put like this, definitely doesn't work. And clearly the disc is right here. So anyway, so you put the thing back on. It's be as simple as same as before. You hold it, and you should clamp back on pretty simple. Like if I remember carefully. Let's see. Should probably push it back. Just like that. Now, the best part of all this is moving it back where it was and formatting the SSD. So let's go.
Okay, so now as you can see here, SSD is inside the system, and this screen comes up. To use your M2 SSD, you need to format it. When you format all MS2, all data will be deleted. If you want to continue your PSP without formatting, you just turn off the system and remove the M2 SSD. All saved data and video clips cannot be saved to the storage. Good to know. So what we're going to do now is move this over to format M2 SSD. It's going to format it, and of course you never want to turn it off while you remove your M2 SSD while it's doing that. And it says the speed reads as follows. You experience problem playing the game. Focus. Try installing it. Processor read speed is at 5704.096 megabytes per second, which is really, really good. Although this particular SSD can go as fast as 7,000, but for this, perfect. And we're going to push OK here. And the S2 has been formatted. To change where your games are installed, you go to the settings, storage, installation location. To safely remove your M2 SSD, make sure you turn off the PS5 first, ladies and gentlemen. These are facts. And then it's rebuilding the database. It's starting up like normal. And huzzah! There we are, ladies and gentlemen. And this is my picture. So, as you can see here, these are all my games that I currently have on my system. Demon Slayer, Back to Blood, you know, my stuff. I'm not gonna go through my game. I'm not gonna do it. So, anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video of me putting my stuff together. Again, if you're new, be sure to hit that like. It definitely helped my channel. Please subscribe for, you know, any content I decide to come out regarding this lovely smorgasbord of games I have here. This is my TV. I don't just, yeah. And yeah, I'll be seeing you guys in my next video. Until next time, deuces.